Hey guys, welcome back to Olivia's Blooms. Today you see before me our project. I have a bunch of beautiful cut flowers and vegetables and plant material that dries really beautifully, and I'm going to be making a autumn or late summer autumn wreath, and I'm so excited. If you watched my previous video, I went through each of these ingredients and how I cut them and how I kind of prepare them. And what we're going to be doing today is actually making the wreath. So first, let me go through my supplies. In addition to all of the flowers I cut, I have some wire cutters. These are really heavy duty wire cutters. You don't need ones quite this big, but any wire cutters will do. I just have scissors to cut off the bottoms of my bundles. I have 22 gauge floral wire, and I have a couple wreath forms here. And I'm not exactly sure which size I'm gonna use. I have an 18-inch, and I'm guessing this is probably what I'm gonna use because I don't have a ton of material here, but I also have a 24-inch just in case. And my goal is to put this on our front door. So these flowers and herbs have been laying here for about 24 hours, so they all still look fantastic. Now the first step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be making bundles. And let me show you, I've already made a few here. I'm gonna show you close up what the bundles are gonna look like, and these are gonna form the basis for the wreath. So here's one, here's another, and here's another. And as you can imagine, we're gonna be laying these around the wreath. And oh, I'm so excited. I think this is gonna be beautiful. So first, let me show you how I make a bundle. I'm gonna grab something for the backdrop. Here I have the corn tassel. And then for each of these bundles so far, I have been using a hyacinth bean pod. That purple color is beautiful. And I'm just sort of making a little, I'm gonna use a smaller piece of sedum and maybe some amaranth. Actually, I think I'm gonna do some celosia, and I'm just taking a few ingredients and placing them together like you would a very, very small bouquet or arrangement. And I'll use a straw flower in this one. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about, the straw flowers kind of opening up as they dry. You can see that one much bigger. This is one of the orange straw flowers. Now, I will say the straw flower heads are getting a little bit floppy, so they might be a little bit challenging to work with as we go through this, and I think I might add one more thing to this. How about an echinacea seed head? All right, so there's another bundle. I'm gonna take my wire, and you can use probably any paddle wire, it doesn't have to be floral wire. And I'm just gonna wrap it very, very tightly around the base of the stems, kind of up high because I'm gonna be cutting off these extra stems. You don't need all that stem length. And you wanna wrap this very tightly because as these stems dry, they're going to get smaller. So just a couple times around, I take my wire cutters, snip off right at the end, tuck that snipped end in, and then I'm going to cut the stem length and anything that's sort of below that wire bundle. And I only need probably an inch or two at the bottom here. And that's another bundle. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a bunch of these. And I'll go through these a little bit faster since you know the process. So here are all of our bundles, and just seeing how they all look together is making me really excited for this wreath. So I counted and I've got 17 bundles here. And just to make sure, because I really want this to look full and beautiful, I'm going to be using the smaller 18-inch wire wreath frame. And the next step is going to be to wire these bundles on here. Now, what I did is I cut a bunch of long pieces of wire in case I need to run out and make some more bundles. And I want to have these pre-cut because once I start wiring the bundles onto the frame, you really want it to be one continuous piece of wire, and this is the only paddle wire that I have. So if I want to make more bundles in the middle, I don't want to have to be cutting this and then restarting it. So the first step we're going to do is I'm just going to wire this around one of these loops really tightly, and that's going to be the start of our wreath. I'm going to wind that around a few times. Make sure it's nice and secure. Now, let's see, I don't see a specific place to hang it, so you can go any way we want. And what I know the first bundle I want to do is I want to start with this one that I made, and I feel like this will be kind of the centerpiece at the bottom. I think would be a perfect place to start. So I'm going to flip this upside down, and I'm going to wire this first bundle on, let me show you, down here, and I'm going to do it at angling out. And we are going to alternate angling out and in so that you don't end up seeing the wire frame itself. And so what I'm going to do is just take my wire, loop it around a few times, again making sure you pull tight. And I'm going to really make sure this is full too, because again, as these dry they might shrink, so you don't want gaps in there. And once that's pulled tight around a few times, I'm going to find the next bundle I want to use. See, this is the next one, and I'm going to angle that in like this, and then we're going to keep going around, and I'm going to work my way around this way so that you're continuing to lay the bundles on top of each other. I might actually do another one down first so that this is sort of sticking out, and then do one that doesn't have so much sticking in like that. Oh, how beautiful. All right, let's get wiring. So here is how far the 17 bundles got me. I'll be generous and say halfway, but I am so in love with this that I don't even mind that I have to go run out and cut more. So I'm gonna go repeat the same process. I'm gonna leave this wire attached, and I'm gonna go get a bunch more materials and make another probably 20 bundles, I'll say, and then finish this out, and I'll show you what the final product looks like. Okay, you guys, here's a final look at the wreath. I love it. I don't know exactly how many bundles it ended up taking. The shape is definitely not perfect, and I'm gonna fill in probably a few holes here or there, and I'm really interested to see how it looks when it dries, but I love these colors, and this is all just stuff I had around the garden. That was so fun. I hope you guys had as much fun making this as I did. Thanks. Okay guys, here is a look at the wreath on my door, and we are about a week out from when I cut everything, and I'd say it's holding up really well. The colors are still pretty vibrant, and the shape still isn't perfect. I did a little bit of adjusting, but I still love it, and just wanted to show you how it starts to dry, and it looks really great still.